Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for another video right here on the former home of the Gilmore Chronicles, now known as the Shadows Lair. And I'd like to welcome you once again inside the Shadows Lair. Been a while since we did one of these, but welcome inside the Shadows Lair, the very evil, very dark and scary Shadows Lair. Thank you all for watching here on this Saturday evening, May the 6th, 2023. Once again, my name is Peter Joseph. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to this channel and my other 4 main channels, which are down there inside my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. So subscribe to the channels and like the video, and hell, leave a comment if you want. And don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if you're real. If you're not, you can go to hell and die. And that's pretty much it. Don't forget to share the video all over the internet. Most importantly, tap and slap that bell. Basically treat it like it's your fucking bitch. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn video. And if you do, well, that's too goddamn bad for you, my friend. And that's pretty much it. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you want. And don't forget to hit that bell to get notified of when I do another video so you don't miss out. And if you do, like I said, you lose. And that's pretty much it. Alright, I want to get this done really quickly because the topic at hand, we got Backlash coming your way in about an hour from now. So I want to get these done really quickly. And let's not waste any time. So, on episode 64 of the Shadows Lair series, I'm here to give you my 2023 WWE Backlash predictions. Backlash comes your way, like I said, in about an hour from now, from San Juan, Puerto Rico. So it's going to be a pretty damn good event. We saw SmackDown last night, which was epic. The crowd was on fire all night, and tonight is going to be no exception. They're going to be red hot for the first pay-per-view in San Juan, Puerto Rico since a long time ago. So we'll see how it's going to come out. I think it's going to be a pretty good show, but we shall see what happens with that. We got 7 matches on the card. Surprisingly, only 7. But I think some of the matches might last a little bit longer, like 20, maybe 30 minutes with entrances and everything. So this should be a pretty quick event. I think it'll probably be over about 10:30, close to 11. But stay with me for the rest of the night, as later on tonight, probably about 12:30, maybe close to 1-ish in the morning, your Backlash review right on the Peter Joseph channel. Link to the channel will be down below. So hit that bell, and when I go live a little bit later tonight, I will be talking about Backlash and everything that went on and all that good shit. So stay tuned later tonight. But right now, let me do my predictions real quick, and we'll get you underway. The kickoff show is about to start. There's probably going to be no matches. We're just going to talk about the fucking show. I really don't care. So, as always, we're going to take our predictions from the Wikipedia page. Not in any order. Got a couple of good matches on the card. Double main event of Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. And Bad Bunny taking on Papa Priest, Damian Priest, in a San Juan street fight. So we'll get to those in a little bit. But we're going to start off with, and like I said, these are going to be taken not in any order, just my own preference. So we're going to go to a singles match. We're going to start it with the women because, you know, we have to. And I'm a classy guy, so I'm going to let the ladies go first. So we're going to start off with the Raw Women's Championship match between Bianca Belair. She's Bianca Belair. She plays with her hair. That's actually her hair. She's Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair now tied with Nikki. Well, actually, not tied. She is currently, if she wins tonight, which I probably think she will be the longest reigning women's champion in the modern era, beating Nikki Bella. So, a lot at stake tonight for Bianca as she takes on my third wife, one hot, sexy lady. That's Io Sky, who's going to have Bayley, give me a hug, and Dakota Kai, the birthday girl. So, happy birthday to Dakota Kai. And that's it. It should be a pretty good match. You know, like I said, Bianca trying to become the longest reigning women's champion in the modern era, surpassing Nikki Bella. I think it's like almost 400 and some odd days now. I lost count with Bianca. You know, starting her going on to her second year reign as champ. I mean, really, she's beaten everybody that's come across her. But I think she's in for a challenge in Io Sky, who won the number one contendership match, to face Bianca. And over the last couple weeks, Bianca and Io have kind of really been face to face. Not much physicality except for last night when Bayley knocked Bianca into Io. Oops. I'm surprised Io didn't say anything about that. Or she might in a pre-match pre-match promo maybe. But you know, they were teasing that Bayley is getting, you know, too ahead of herself, is too full of herself, and putting herself before the team and everything. You know, getting the tag team title match, you know, for her and Dakota Kai, and you know, nothing for Io, and Io already got her title match. So we got all that tension between the ladies. I think that's going to come to a head tonight. And as much as I would love for Io to win the title and break this streak and really bring what's going to be the SmackDown women's title, because Bianca's now on SmackDown. Io is also on SmackDown along with Bayley and Dakota Kai. So it would be nice for Io to win the belt. And then you have that jealousy angle with Bayley kicking in. And then you can see Io versus Bayley possibly at Night of Champions or maybe going into Money in the Bank, but we shall see what happens with that. But I think with Money in the Bank coming up in July, Io was already penciled in to win Money in the Bank. So I think logic is going to serve us here, and I'm going to go with Bianca Belair to retain the Raw / soon-to-be SmackDown Women's title over Io. I think Bayley's going to cost Io, and then Io is going to get really pissed. Oh, you don't want to see Io really pissed. I should know. It's not a good thing. So I'm going to go with Io. I'm going to go with Bianca to win. But Io's gonna give it one hell of a run and really give Bianca a run for her money. But in the end, Bianca Belair is gonna still be your Raw / SmackDown Women's Champion, because the titles will change as of Monday. So I would think Monday there'll be a title swap between whoever wins the Raw Championship and the SmackDown Championship. We'll get to that in a second. So I'm going to go with Bianca to win. Sucks that Io's not going to win. Sucks. But we move on with that. All right. Speaking of the other set of ladies, we go to the SmackDown Women's Championship, where we have Mommy Rhea Ripley taking on the home country girl, and that's Zelina Vega. Yes, Zelina Vega, Puerto Ricana princess, Muñeca, La Reina of Puerto Rico, in her home country. The fans are going to be really behind her like they were last night. I expect she's going to have an amazing freaking outfit, to celebrate her, Puerto Rican lineage and her heritage and everything. Fans are going to be all over her as soon as she comes out. Rhea Ripley winning the belt at WrestleMania from Charlotte. Hasn't really done much with the belt. and now with the LWO forming, and they were going after Judgment Day, so it eventually came to Zelina Vega and Rhea Ripley going at it. And then Zelina Vega makes the challenge to Rhea for the SmackDown Women's Championship in her home country. So how fitting would it be for her to win? But, and there's always a but, and it stinks, but Rhea Ripley is going to win, probably by some chicanery. So I'm going to go Rhea Ripley to win and retain the SmackDown Women's Championship, and then it will become the Raw Women's Championship. And from what I'm hearing, and from what other people are saying, Rhea Ripley's next opponent will be Becky. Becky Lynch will be next in line for Rhea Ripley on the Raw side. And on SmackDown, I guess it's going to be Bianca and Charlotte, because Charlotte's taking some time off for a personal matter. She had to take care of something. Yeah, take care of Andrade's dick. That's what she's taking care of. That's why she's taking some time off. Obviously. So I think Bianca's next challenger, next feud will be with Charlotte, and Bianca wants to defeat all of the 4 horsewomen. She already beat Becky. She beat Sasha, Mercedes Moné, and she beat Becky. Now she has to beat Charlotte to complete the mission of beating the entire 4 horsewomen of the WWE. So I would probably see that match maybe at Money in the Bank, or it'll go all the way up to SummerSlam. And I'm thinking that finally Bianca might lose that belt at SummerSlam, or they kind of teased it with Bianca and Rhea, maybe in a unification match for the women's title at WrestleMania 40, but we have to see what happens between now and then. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley to beat Zelina Vega in her home country with a little bit of help, maybe from Dom, ex-con Dominic Guerrero, So, we'll see what happens with that. But like I said, the crowd is going to be red hot for when Zelina Vega comes out. The entire night, especially when Bad Bunny and Damian Priest come out, probably, which may be the main event to end the show, or it might be the co-headliner. I mean, there's still WWE still doesn't know what to do. But if I was WWE, you're in Puerto Rico, end with Bad Bunny, end it with Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny's supposed to come out with a new theme, and when that music hits, the crowd is going to explode. And Issa's already there. She's getting ready for another epic night of wrestling in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and the aftermath with the post show. So she's living the life right now. She's having fun. I'm so proud of her. She finally, she asked for it, way back at the Survivor Series, and then a couple months later, her bestie, Triple H, said, "Oh, well, we got Backlash for you. How's that?" Now, if they give her a job, that'd be even better, but give me a job. But I digress on that. We move on. All right, so I got Bianca Belair to retain the Raw Women's Championship, and Rhea Ripley to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship, and then on Monday, we'll see them swap the belts. And that's pretty much it. We move on with that. All right, then let's go to the men. And we start off with a triple threat match for the United States Championship. We got Austin Theory taking on Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed. Now, Austin Theory and Bobby Lashley have been drafted to SmackDown, and Bronson Reed got drafted to Raw, where they have the Intercontinental title. So I don't think Bronson Reed will win this match. I'm going to go with Austin Theory to retain. I think he'll somehow get out of it in the nick of time and somehow retain the belt and keep it on SmackDown, because you don't want SmackDown without a mid-card title, do you? So I would assume Austin Theory will win, or they give it to Bobby for, I believe, the 3rd time. I think Lashley's held that belt 3 times in his career, maybe 4, I don't remember, but they could give it to Bobby, and then he goes back and forth with Austin Theory in a feud. But looks like Bobby is going to go to another feud, possibly with Roman down the line. But we'll see what happens with that. But I'm going to go with Austin Theory to retain the United States Championship. And I think all the titles that are on the show tonight will not change hands. So we got that. So Austin Theory will be your winner and retain the United States Championship. But we shall see what happens with that. All right, then we go to a match that really should not have been on this card. Should have been on Raw. And man is on Raw. And that's Seth freaking Rollins on Monday Night Rollins. So we got Seth freaking Rollins taking on the big black diesel himself, Omos, who is a free agent along with MVP, so he can go wherever he wants. So they just threw this match together a couple weeks ago, and not much interaction, which I thought was ridiculous. So I'm not giving one single solitary fuck about this match, but I'm going to go with Seth freaking Rollins to beat Omos. And I think Omos will go into his program with Roman for the Undisputed title at Night of Champions, and we all know what's going to happen there. Roman will smash, stack, pin the big black diesel Omos and send him on his merry way. Bye-bye! And then Roman will in turn probably go into a program with maybe AJ Styles going into Money in the Bank. He will be at Money in the Bank. He will be at Night of Champions. But he's not there tonight. Sad. But Roman's next title defense will probably be against Omos, unless it does change, but we'll see. Because it could be against Bobby, it could be against anybody, really. But Roman ain't losing that belt for a long time, my friends. A long time. So get used to it. And if you can't get used to it, then don't watch wrestling. Or go watch AEW. But it is what it is. Roman is going to be champion for over 3+ years. So he's going to beat Hogan's record and maybe get close to his 5-year record. But we got 2 years to go before that. So we have to see what happens. But I mean, there's so many rumors with Roman that he's going to hold the belt to September 2024. Rumors of Cody getting a rematch at WrestleMania 40 and possibly beating Roman. I doubt that. But you never know. I mean, depends on what, Hunter has everything planned up until WrestleMania 40 right now. But those plans can change as everything else can change. And you know who is still kind of whispering in the ear? That's Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And he is dealing with the higher up titles, really the Undisputed title and soon to be the World Heavyweight title. So you think Vince is gonna screw Roman? I highly doubt that. You're gonna screw your biggest draw in the company? No. That would be something like he would do to Hogan, which he kind of did. He didn't strip him of the title or make him do a Montreal Screwjob type thing that he did with Bret Hart. But yeah, Hogan just left because he didn't like. I mean, Hogan didn't like the direction of the company at the time in early '90s. So he just left and went to WCW when his contract ended, along with Savage and then Kevin Nash and Scott Hall and X-Pac. We all know what happened after that with the NWO. And then eventually Hogan came back to WWE with the NWO Black and White at No Way Out back in 2002, I believe. He had that feud with The Rock, probably at not the greatest, at WrestleMania, I think it was 18. And then the rematch at Backlash right after that, which Hogan won. So, and Hogan had a pretty good run early in the early 2000s during the Ruthless Aggression era. He won the World Heavyweight, the undisputed World Heavyweight title back then. Then he lost to the Undertaker, the man he can't beat. And then he became tag team champions with Edge, which I thought was weird. Didn't hold it that long. And then really, the last thing that Hogan actually did was his horrible match with Vince at WrestleMania 18, I think, 18 or 19. Or was it somewhere around 18, between 18 and 19? WrestleMania 2000, I think it was. I forget. But But yeah, I mean, I just don't think Vince, of all people, Vince McMahon will be the one to screw Roman and end this historic reign. It's gonna hit 1,000 days, 3 weeks from tonight. That's gonna be a glorious day. It's gonna be a glorious day. We're gonna drink champagne. We're gonna dress up in our finest stuff. Well, Issa will, but you know. And we're gonna watch Night of Champions when Omos is the next victim. Possibly Omos, but we'll see. We'll see how everything goes on Friday Night SmackDown this Friday night when Roman will be on the show to kind of continue the Usos part of the Bloodline storyline when the Usos go, get out of here. And we'll see what happens with that. And we move on with everything. So anyway, Seth freaking Rollins will beat Omos, and that's pretty much it. All right, after that, let's see here. What do we got here? Okay, we got that. All right, let's go to... All right, before we get to the big matches, the main events, let's go to the six-man tag team match. We got Matt Riddle and Dean Jericho, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, the tag team champions, taking on the bloodline of Solo Mibuki, Solo Sikoa, Jay and Jimmy Uso, the Usos. You know, the bloodline's still kicking ass, you know. Jimmy and Jay now kind of in the middle of things. And Roman is not happy with them because they're not doing their part, not getting wins and not getting gold back in the bloodline and everything. And Roman telling Solo that this is his time. So it looks like WWE wants to branch out Solo and make him become a big star. And then eventually maybe turn on Roman, which would not be good for Roman's sake, but we got that. So eventually, you know, you saw on SmackDown, Jay and Jimmy told Solo, you better do your part, and we'll do our part. And then Solo's like, well, I'll do my part, you do your part, or the Tribal Chief will be pissed. And we're going to see Roman on Friday, like I said. So, if they don't win, expect a really pissed off Tribal Chief. I think he will be pissed off because, as much as I want the Bloodline to win this match because of Solo alone, I think Logic's going to take over here, and I'm going to go with Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn to get the win. I think one of the Jimmy or Jay are going to get the pin, or going to take the pin, I should say, you know. Or maybe Solo turns on Jimmy and Jay and sides with the Tribal Chief eventually. And then the Usos will do their own little bloodline thing. Or whatever they're going to do. So, I think their part of the storyline is about to end. And then they go on to a new thing, which could lead into where Roman possibly, he'll get scared and almost lose the belt again. But eventually will win. I mean, we have to see what happens with that. So I'm going to go with Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn to pick up the victory. And that's pretty much it. All right, then we go to the main events of the evening. Let's go to Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. And we all know what happened here. Brock teaming up with Cody a couple weeks ago, and then turning on Cody for no apparent reason. We did not know why he did what he did. But even though Wade Barrett said that, Brock got mad because Cody took the main event spot from him. I don't believe that for 1 second. Over the last couple weeks, they tried to fight and everything. And then Cody's promo last night saying that Brock is the gatekeeper, and I'm going to take the keys to my kingdom by beating Brock, and then eventually getting to his kingdom, which probably will be the World Heavyweight Championship, so he can end his story. He won't end his story. If they want to end his story, everybody thinks it's going to be against Roman at WrestleMania 40. It's not. Probably not. But I think Cody will be in those triple threat matches on Monday for the World Heavyweight Championship on the Raw side, and then Solo will probably be the finalist on the SmackDown side. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cody versus Solo in a rematch, because we still had a Raw and Cody won, which sucks. But And then, Roman telling the Usos to do everything in their power to make sure that Solo wins the World Heavyweight Championship and brings it over to SmackDown, which makes no sense because then they'll have 3 main belts and Raw will have no World Heavyweight Champion at all. So, and then I think the Usos are going to fuck up and Cody or Seth Rollins will win the World Heavyweight Championship. And then eventually, probably at Night of Champions, we'll see something with Roman and maybe one of the Usos, like Jimmy or Jay. Maybe a 2-on-1 handicap match. I don't know. But we'll see something where Solo just goes berserk on the Usos and fucks them up. And then Roman's in the background, like, that's my guy. And then eventually, down the line, Solo's going to go on a humongous run. Maybe get a mid-card title in there for Roman. And eventually, maybe by WrestleMania 40, we could possibly see Roman versus Solo. And then maybe that'll be the big test for Roman to see if he can even beat one of his own bloodline members, which would be, I think, the most dangerous one is Solo. But, we'll have to see what happens with that when we get all the way over there. But Roman's got challenges already lined up till WrestleMania 40. Edge, AJ, Ray, Bobby Lashley, Sheamus. He's lined up to WrestleMania 40, so unless Solo wins the Royal Rumble, which could happen, and then he's like, everybody's thinking like, yeah, he's going to go after the World Heavyweight title, right? He's going to turn around because Roman thinks he's going for the World Heavyweight title, and in turn, he's going to turn on Roman and say, no, my tribal chief, I must face you. Something like that. And that's what's going to happen. So we will move on with that. Anyway, going back to Cody and Brock. As much as, logic says Cody Rhodes is going to win, but I'm going to go against logic this time. And I'm going to say Brock Lesnar is going to annihilate Cody and really put a hurt on him. People thinking this match is going to last 8 seconds. I doubt that. Match is probably going to last 5, maybe 10 minutes at most. This should start the show, not end the show, or maybe be the next to last match. But I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar to pick up the win over Cody, and Cody's going to get all mad, and he's going to be disappointed in himself, and then he's going to get thrust into the World Heavyweight Championship the matches on Monday, and he's going to cut a promo. It's like, I have to finish the story. It's like, there is no other way. I have to finish. And then he will eventually finish it at Night of Champions. But then again, he was like, my story's not done yet. I have to beat Roman. No, you won't beat Roman. You had your chance and lost it. And that's all I got to say about that. Unless you win the Royal Rumble again, which you won't. Then you get a shot at Roman. But that's pretty much it. That's the closest you will ever get to sniff Roman. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar to pick up the win. Then, what should be the match to end the show, in a San Juan street fight, Bad Bunny taking on Damian Priest of the Judgment Day. Bad Bunny coming out to a new theme. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to blow the roof off the Coliseum in San Juan. We saw Bad Bunny, appear on Raw, and then he was messing with Dominic Guerrero, and then Damian Priest was his friend. He's like, oh, my homie, my amigo, why did you do that? And he smacked him around, put him through the table, separated his shoulder, so he was out a couple of weeks. And then Bad Bunny comes back, and on SmackDown about a week or two ago, and got a measure of revenge with the candlesticks and everything. And then we saw last night where he came to save Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega and the rest, and he came out with the rest of the LWO, and then took out everybody, and then donned the LWO shirt. So this is going to be one hell of a slobber knocker. A lot of weapons are going to be used. Bad Bunny's going to get his fucking ass kicked. But I think in the end, Logic is going to win again. I'm going to go with Bad. I'm picking Damian Priest, but we all know Bad Bunny is going to win because they want to have the pay-per-view end on a good note. So if it ends with Cody and Brock, then Cody's going to win. But I think the logical thing is to have Bad Bunny and Damian Priest close the show, and Bad Bunny will win. But I'm going to go with Damian Priest to win by a little bit of chicanery. But we shall see what happens with that. And in a little while, about 35 minutes away. So we got that. All right, everybody, that is my predictions. Once again, let me run them down from top to bottom this time. I got Brock to beat Cody, Riddle, Owens, and Sami Zayn to beat the Bloodline, which... Sorry, Tribal Chief. I'm sorry, my Tribal Chief. Don't hurt me. Anyway, the only person that can hurt me like that is Io. Speaking of Io, she's going to be mad at me because I picked against her. I got Bianca to beat Io to retain the Raw Women's Championship. Seth freaking Rollins to beat Omos. I got Austin Theory to retain the United States title over Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed. I got Rhea Ripley to defeat Selena Vega in her home country of Puerto Rico to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. And in a San Juan street fight, I got Damian Priest to beat the hometown boy, and that's Bad Bunny. And that's pretty much it for that. All right, everybody, leave me your thoughts and predictions down below in the comments section. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and hit that bell to get notified when I do another video. And that's all I got to say about that. So, episode 64 of The Shadow Slayer is now in the books. You'll probably have another one coming up pretty soon. I don't know when and what it's going to be about. Might be about my vacation. If not, if I'm still around by Memorial Day weekend, I would do well, I'm probably going to do a couple of episodes of the Gilmore Chronicles for Night of Champions, Battleground, and Double or Nothing, because that's going to be a huge card. So, if I'm still around, we might, for Double or Nothing, definitely we're going to be going live, because that's a long card. So we'll be going live with that if I'm still around here. If I'm not, then I will probably just post my predictions on Twitter. So check me out on Twitter. And that's that. But we'll see what happens between now and 3 weeks from now. I could be here. I could be away. I could be in Timbuktu. I don't know why it will be. But in any event, enjoy the pay-per-view tonight. I will be back later on my Peter Joseph channel. So hit that bell and subscribe to the Peter Joseph channel right now, so you don't miss my review later on tonight. And that's it. So, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out. Rock on and rock hard with your cookout. And if you're not down with that, well, it's just too goddamn bad, because I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And until next time, go fuck yourselves. Peace.